So, I just wanted to show you all my batteries for my lawn equipment. It's kind of off topic of camping, but since I'm mowing the yard, might as well give a plug for electric lawnmowers. In some ways, we had this gas one that we got from the woman who had the house before us that isn't properly maintained and doesn't start at the moment. We've had two of these, what do you call them? Well, they're corded, but Black & Decker, that's the brand name. Problem with these electric, I mean the corded part doesn't really bother me that much. The problem with them is the undercarriage is plastic. So anytime a stick or anything gets in there, it scrapes away at the bottom. Before you know it, that piece of the lawnmower is just an empty hole, basically. Now, I found this one it was kind of a impulse buy. I guess I'd been seeing commercials for different brands on Amazon, and on Amazon Prime Day they had this one for sale for, I realized later that they'd like removed one of the batteries that usually comes with it, and that sort of thing. But so it was reduced price, but it was also reduced what you get. Typical. You gotta watch sales. They're not always what they claim to be. If you don't do your research, you fall into the well, it's not really a trap. It's a good lawnmower. It's made in China. It's a Greenworks and fully electric. It takes these batteries that come in. The one that came with it was 4 amps. This is a 5 amp battery, amp hour. Excuse me. People would murder me in the comments for that. Amp hour, not just amperage. One is a measure of power, amperes, and the other is a measure of like powers over time. So it's a storage issue. So this is a 5 one that I got after I bought the lawnmower, and I probably bought more batteries than I need, but you might have seen I had several lawn tools now. They're all the same brand. They're all Greenworks G-Max 40 volts lithium batteries that work on all the tools interchangeably. Now they have other tools, smaller tools that are only 20 volt, and then they now make lawnmowers that are 80 volts. And for discussion of why, why you might want to choose one over the other, I think the 40 volt though has got sort of that sweet spot as far as power versus running through your battery like in 2 minutes. Which you do have to, like, if you have a large yard, one battery is not going to take care of you. This has 2 slots, but only one of them is active as far as using power, so the other one's just to hold a battery if you don't want to go back in the house and get it. I never use that because the main enemy of lithium batteries is heat. So like when you stop the lawnmower, do anything like that, you want to make sure that you leave it in the shade. Generally speaking, it's better if you let the batteries, these are all basically like a Nissan Leaf. They're air cooled. There's not even that much space around here. That's one criticism I have of this model, which I think was probably why it was really on sale. It's almost, you have to have really small hands to be able to, small strong hands to get the batteries in and out, well, out basically of the machine. All the weight is down towards the bottom, and you have to flick the switch and be able to grab it, which there isn't much room to do, and then pull it up, and that's kind of frustrating. But I've seen other models, they have them horizontally mounted, and so things you might want to consider when you go for electric lawnmower. Yeah, I don't love it the same way I love my Tesla, but it's definitely, I mean, it's got a steel bed case or whatever you want to call that bottom part, unlike the Black & Decker's corded models. Greenworks also makes a corded lawnmower. I've never tried that, but there's other brands too. They're probably just as good, and they're probably all made in China. You know, who am I kidding? But this is the only brand I know about because I ended up with it. I love it a lot.